Yeah, man. Just stay right here. Discipline over dollars.
But I do want to say though, bro, people can still grow small accounts with like swing trades.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, swing trading.
Yeah, like I mean, I found some. I'll tell you, a nice sweet spot is if you can find like a nice risk reward on like some swing trades. I'll give a real like super gym insight. This is what I like to do, bro. If you go to bar chart, right, and how I kind of pointed out to him, I like to do quarters. So if you go to bar chart, as when we now, when we undercut the lows or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now when I know that, when I'm thinking about, okay, we undercut the lows, now we about to start making our trek, and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to, I gotta give myself enough time to where we can do that usual pattern that I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason why I don't want to say it too much because it is a little bit of risky, right? I do take on some risk with it, but it's been pretty successful, so I'll share. So if you go to, let's say for instance, like with Tesla, right? We've noticed that it's had a 50% drawdown, 40% retrace. Mm-hmm. What I'll do is I'll do like a 3-month swing and do about, if the range is 40, I'll say what's 30%, and that's where my strike is. So it's out the money. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, it's out the money. But they be cheap, and if the thesis plays out, those trades average like 500-600%, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. on a quarter, and what I tell some people in my my community is those who like to do quarterly trades and stuff. It's like, yo, what if I told you only had to take 4 trades a year, but you average 250% per trade, bro? If you just took $1,000 by the end of the year, you'd have like over 15 grand
mm-hmm.
off of just 4 trades.
Yep.
Right. But you got to be patient and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. But like you said, it's different ways to skin the cat. But that's like one of my little inside tricks where now with what I know from you, if something undercut them lows, and I know we about to like go for like about to start going for it, like Tesla would be a great example where if we got into your area, the 147,
mm-hmm.
I would go long, but I'm also going to take like a leverage play where I get maybe a 3 or 6 month contract and play it to about that 220
mm-hmm.
or that 200. Man, if we ping out like you be saying, that contract going to 1,000%.
And I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said, because it's multiple ways. It's multiple ways to play with a smaller account, right? 2 ways you can play with a smaller account, right? With us, like let's just say you got a large account and you're not and money not an issue, right? And let's say we come down, like we're talking about, we come down, we just touch this order block, or even get down in the order block, and then you be like, okay, you got a big account, so money ain't an issue. So you be like, I'm gonna get me a 160 strike for 3 months out, right? That's gonna cost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Right? But if your account is smaller, right, you might say, I'm gonna get a 200 strike for 6 months out, or 200 strike for 3 months out. You see what I'm saying? And then if your account is smaller than that, you may say, okay, if I'm expecting to bounce 40%, what's 30%? Like Zay said, and just say 30% turn out to be like 225, and you get a 225 for 3 months out. You don't have to get all the way there to be profitable.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have to get all the way there to be profitable. That's when you get into working the trade. You give it time to play out, right? And if you just say it just take off on you, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong. If just say it take off and you get like to 80% in a week, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with locking in some profit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Locking in some profit and then letting it go. You see what I'm saying? That way, if it starts to come back, you can take that profit and then you could just look for another entry to go back in, because it still hadn't hit your target yet. You see what I'm saying? And if it stopped you out early enough, you know you still not. If it go, you're gonna be so far up, you ain't got to worry about trying to jump back in. You just boom, take your profit and wait and get out. So it's different ways you can scale a smaller account. You just got to be strategic. You got to be patient. Don't try to go to shorter expiration dates. That's the death of a small account, right? Use what you can use what we talked about tonight, understanding the law of percentages historically over your asset, and be like, okay, it's getting ready to turn around based off the percentages. Have your risk management in place. Hey, we get down here, we hit this order block. I'm going long. It'll give it to the bottom of the order block to get me out. You know what I'm saying? And then if it go your way, you good. Don't try to, oh, I'm gonna go to a weekly so I can triple my money. No, that's the death of small accounts. That's the death of big accounts.
Right.